Welcome to another riveting edge-of-your-seat bowling ball review. The Radical Rattler Big Bite releases on August 15th, and Jessy is back for a two-handed look at a ball that seems like it's going to love big rev rates and fresh conditions. We are, of course, at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas, bowling on the Kegel Chromium Challenge pattern. The lane graph is linked in the description if you want to take a look at the details. Extra thanks once again to Jessy, who is one of the owners of the center. Make sure to also check the description for instructional videos, links, and discount codes. I do a lot of good things with the support. For example, using code ROSEDALL10 at checkout at CoolWick helps to provide jerseys for the youth leagues at Royal Crest, so I appreciate you all helping me do cool things. The Big Bite core is in IQ, Web Tour, and Scorpion low flare territory. Low RG and medium low differential for a strong roll and plenty of control. 248 RG, 035 differential, and 15 pounds. No HK22 for the cover on this one. It's Sharp Hybrid, and this formula was previously used on the Incognito line, though it apparently has had a few adjustments. Now this one seems like it's going to be the definition of a benchmark ball. We've talked about it before, but one of the biggest problems for Jessy and in bigger rev rates two-handers in general is a ball turning sideways or just breaking loose down lane. Now, filming on a fresh condition like this isn't a problem, but getting into the third game of league or later in a tournament and not being able to get something down the lane or get it to back off is one of the biggest things that higher rev rates struggle or fight with. The Big Bite surprised both of us. It comes at 3,000, but it was a little lazy for him out of the box, so he took a quick 2,000 to it by hand, and that dialed it in. I've found Radical balls to generally be smoother than their other Brunswick brand counterparts, and this one definitely seems to be one of the smoother reactive balls in the entire catalog. Now, smooth was expected, but not quite this smooth. However, it's definitely a pleasant surprise. Something like Hammer's Scorpion Low Flare is a great reaction, but it's just too aggressive and dynamic to really fit that IQ Tour type of roll. Jessy was able to be aggressive with his delivery, and while a couple took off if he really got on them, if you've got a high rev rate and you want something you can just rip the cover off of and kind of trap at the pocket that's going to keep you from launching the ball down the lane later in league, or help you stay straighter on tougher conditions without having to constantly default to urethane, the Big Bite should be at the top of your list. We're going to compare it to the Track Tundra Blue Fire, which is a perfect step down from the Big Bite. The Big Bite doesn't seem like it wants to get left. That makes sense from the ball design though. Eventually you're going to run out of head oil and your angles will get steep enough that you'll have to put it away. The Tundra Blue Fire has a cleaner cover and a much higher RG, which is going to help it get down the lane easier and respond a little more strongly to friction while still being controllable, and that's basically what we're seeing. The Big Bite wants to start up earlier, be smoother down lane, and play straighter angles. The Blue Fire is okay at straighter angles, but it really wants to cover a few more boards, while still being fairly smooth and controllable on the back end itself. Even then, you can still see it's a weaker ball. It's going to need quite a bit more transition and friction before we get into its wheelhouse, while the Big Bite is going to like being the stronger, more controllable ball for tricky or tougher fresh patterns. Once again, the Rattler Big Bite releases on August 15th with a handful of others. Jessy will also be throwing the Hitter Pearl. That review is coming soon. Don't forget to check out the description for all the codes and links, and make sure RoseDahl10 gets entered at checkout at CoolWick to knock 10% off. This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling. Thanks for watching, and may the strikes be with you.
Oh boy. Alright. There we go. 5. That's a good one. Let's go. I don't think I can get that ball to hook from there. Let's move right and throw him harder. Oh, that's terrible.